So in an update from our video yesterday where we talked about DeWanna Bonner not wanting to come back to the Indiana Fever, well, the Indiana Fever obliged. They waived her today, and they are making room to sign Aari McDonald. Aari McDonald is going to come back to the team on a veteran's minimum for the rest of the season, so that is great news. I think she made a really big impact during her time with the Fever, showing that aggression in the backcourt and being somebody that can guard up and really be aggressive in a way that even Caitlin or Kelsey Mitchell can't be with opposing guards. We saw her three-point shooting, we saw her open court defense, and we saw her finishing around the rim. So I think Aari is going to be a definitely welcome addition. The Fever still have opportunities, of course, with the bigs. They're going to have to be calling around, seeing what kind of deals can be made. And DeWanna Bonner getting waived, the Fever really don't, get any value back from that. So it's kind of like a clean break. The contract was unprotected, so they are not on the hook for her full salary. By letting her go now, I believe that she will try to find her way to Phoenix, because that is like the salary slot that kind of makes the most sense. I don't believe Atlanta could take her on without dumping substantial salary for her. Bonner averaged about 7 points, even though it didn't seem like it. I think she had that one big game in Washington, which really accounted for a lot of her production, but it just never really clicked. And it seemed like the last straw was when Lexi Hall basically, took her spot, and thought it was deserved as far as Lexi and her emergence as one of the better players on the team. And it's 2025, man. She's been in the league a long time, and eventually, it can go. And maybe, with a role where she feels better about herself, and maybe, she'll find what makes her special as a player going forward. So best wishes to DeWanna Bonner. So the interesting part of all this was the personal reason stuff was a smokescreen. It was a cover-up. Stephanie White kind of talked around it yesterday. The timeline behind all this was DeWanna Bonner actually requested a trade. So trade requests are common. I know there was a little bit of wiggle room, whether you want to say that she quit on the team and whether she requested a trade. Well, if she requested a trade from me, that takes her out of the quitting portion. I thought it was like she just kind of took her ball and went home. But players can request trades. I feel like if they don't feel like they're in the right situation. But I think what happened is her salary was so exorbitant that they could not find the right combo of value in the teams that could match the players to make those numbers match. And it only being, 14 games into the season, there's not a lot of sample size of effectiveness, and I think it made the player evaluations kind of difficult for teams around the league. I learned that the Fever are able to waive her without a buyout penalty because she wasn't on the team for that long, and she'll take up only $64,000 of the cap space. So with Aari McDonald coming in, I think they're going to make one more move. I wouldn't be shocked to see that in the next coming week, especially with Damaris Dantas headed over to play with the Brazilian national team. I think it was cool that Aari McDonald basically didn't pick up the phone for 2 weeks. I feel like promises were made from the Indiana Fever, and I think she's going to walk in with a lot of fanfare and open arms from the fan base, and I look for her to be particularly effective, especially with some of the struggles that Caitlin has had. I think you can take her out the game, let her see what's going on, put someone in that can, kind of hold serve, so to say, and even play together. So maybe we see McDonald and Caitlin rather than Colson and Caitlin at the same time. Sydney Colson would probably slot back into that deep bench reserve role, which kind of is her natural position. And at the end of the day, the Fever have about $119,000 to sign a 12th player on their roster. So I don't know who that could be. See if Emma Messerman will come over. I think she's going to want more money, but can't hurt to try. Anyway, what do you make of this DeWanna Bonner situation? I'm glad that, we reached the end of the road with it. I think that we had to kind of sit through, weeks and weeks of this personal issues stuff that was never really fleshed out. I'm glad reporters actually got on the case. I'm interested to see who actually the story came from. Was it the Fever that gave it to reporters? Was it DeWanna Bonner's side that kind of pushed this in the media yesterday? What do you think happened there? But my name is Rich Latta. We just launched our membership tier. Go ahead and join up. This is one lifetime, and I'll holla at you guys. Peace.